Hello everyone, I'm Melissa here and welcome to your Melissa Moment. Hello everyone, I'm Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moment and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I have got a very small item in this Amazon bag. Now, I have again been the victim of Facebook ads. They get me every single time, and I just, every single time, you guys. So, I was watching Facebook. Now, here's the thing. I'm all about safety, right? This is a great thing to talk about on Wellness Wednesday. Safety is very important. Now, I'm kind of out of the partying years. I'm kind of out of them. But you should always be safe no matter what. And as we know, partying, going to bars, going to clubs, there's a lot of not so nice things going on these bars and clubs. I can't remember the technical name for it, but date rape drug. I don't remember what it is, getting roofied, whatever you want to call it. It happens. Unfortunately, it happens. And I was watching this Facebook ad and I didn't realize, but when you think about it, it makes sense. Like, you got to remember, I don't want to age myself, but I'm a little older. Okay. So it used to be when they talked about this and how you should be careful, they always said, right? You got to drink. You're at a party. It could be even a private party. You're at a party, you're at a club, you're at a bar, wherever. They always said, because I remember this, never leave your drink unattended. Makes sense. Never leave your drink unattended, right? Because you never know, someone could slip something in there, you'd have no idea. And that's all I thought was like, well, that makes sense. Always keep your drink in eyesight. You know, if you have to go to the bathroom, don't leave your drink on the table, go to the bathroom and come back. Unless you're with someone that you 100% trust. Now, even that, it used to be, if you're with someone you trust, okay, fine. But now, you guys, have you seen these new ads, these new commercials, whatever you want to call them? It's terrifying. Because this video that I saw, the girl in the video, and I don't know why it's always a girl in the video. I mean, guys can get roofied too. Let's be honest. It could happen. But I guess probably primarily as women. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So in the video, they're like, okay, she's with a friend. Like, she's with a girlfriend, a friend. She leaves her drink at the table to go to the bathroom with her friends there. Her friend put something in the drink. And not only that, I never thought of this before because it was always drilled in my head, just keep your drink in view, right? Don't leave your drink unattended. But now in this video, they showed a girl who's literally holding her drink. Okay, she's holding her drink. And she's obviously meeting a friend at this place. And the friend comes up and they go to give each other a hug, okay? So I'm thinking the girl is smart. She doesn't leave her drink on the table and hug the person because then she can't see it, right? You want to know what she does? She holds the drink in her one hand and she goes in to give a hug with the other arm, right? I'm like, smart, because her drink is in her hand. Well, according to this video, it takes seconds. And what happens is in the video, she's holding the drink in one hand. She goes to give a hug. She's not looking at her drink. Her drink is like behind her friend's back, right? Like she goes in to give a hug. Someone went and boom, plopped something in her drink while she's holding it because her eyes aren't on it. Like, mind blown that could and would happen. But when you think about it, yeah, it could happen. Like, holy cow. So the ad was for selling a product, of course. And of course I bought it. Now, I did not buy the actual product that the ad was selling because it was kind of expensive. So I did go on Amazon, good old Amazon, and I found something. Now, this is called, there's lots of different names. It's called the Nightcap. It's called the Nightcap. It's a drink cover scrunchie. Reusable drink spiking prevention scrunchie as seen on Shark Tank. Okay, so this specific one has been on Shark Tank. It was $14.99. You can probably get cheaper ones. You can probably make your own, honestly. It comes in different colors. There's pink, purple, blue, good old black. But this is what it looks like. Okay, Nightcap, protect yourself. The drink spiking prevention scrunchie as seen on Shark Tank. Blah, blah, blah. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. Now, like I said, I'm not a partier. I don't really go out and party. However, when and if I do, and usually if I do go out, my husband's with me. But last year I went to Mexico with a bunch of girls. This year, well, I guess technically next year, we're going to be going to the Dominican. Just a bunch of girls at an all-inclusive resort. Things happen. Things happen. Now, the nice thing about the group of girls that I go with, we're all pretty awesome. Like, we all look out for each other. We all make sure that no one's alone, especially when we're drinking and stuff. Like, we take really good care of each other. But you never know. So this is it. It's a scrunchie, you guys. So what they say is you wear it in your hair, okay, or around your wrist. A lot of girls like to wear scrunchies around your wrist, right? So you're just like, oh, okay, hair's done. Let's go out. Let's go have a beverage. You know, here we go. Now we're in a bar. What do you do, right? So this is what you do. Then you take the scrunchie out of your hair, okay? You take it out. There's a little hidden compartment in here somewhere. Let me figure out how this works because I don't actually know. Hang on. There's a hidden compartment here. Okay, so you go in, you reach. Okay, here it is. Look. There it is. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is way smaller than I thought it was. That's fine. So what you do, you take your drink. I want you to be able to see this, but you're not going to be able to. And you're supposed to put it over. It's tight. You put it over top of your drink. Okay. And then this part you can put like around the base of it, like that. Okay. This is it. It covers your drink. There's a hole for your straw. Okay. Try to put a roofie in that. Try to put a roofie in that. You're not going to be able to. Now, one of the reasons I went with the black, now I'm not an expert. I assume the drug is a white powder. I could be wrong. But I went with black because I'm like, the only way to get something in this drink right now is to either undo it, put it in and put it back on. And you saw it's not the easiest to get back on quickly. Or to try to put it down the straw. But if you're going to try to put it down the straw, unless you have like a funnel or something, you're going to get white powder all over this. That's going to be noticeable. So that's it. So you can, it's easy to keep with you, right? Use it when you need it. Does it work? I mean, just looking at it, I'm going to say it's going to work better than not having anything at all, right? Now, it is, my concern was, I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, that's really small. Makes sense though. Like this is a pretty wide cup, right? This is a good 3.5 inch width and it fits. You also aren't going to want it super big because if you do have a small cup, Like, look at this one. You still want it to go on securely. See, that fits over that too. You're still going to want it to be secure. So I guess that's why it's on the smaller side, because if you have different types of cups, you want to make sure it's going to fit over. Sorry guys, it takes me a bit to get used to it here. It's pretty elasticy. You want to make sure it's going to fit on kind of all different kinds of cups, which it does. I mean, these are my 3 cups. This is a pretty wide one. This is a pretty narrow one, right? And it fits just absolutely fine. So I kind of like it. I don't know. Am I ever going to use it? I don't know. And then when you're done, there's a little like hidden kind of compartment. You just kind of squish this little guy back in there, which again, not the easiest thing, but it's my first time. So I'm sure you'd probably get better at it, right? You just squeeze it back in there, right? So it's in, and then like, wear it on your wrist. Girls wear scrunchies on their wrists all the time, or in their hair, or wherever. Throw it in your purse. It looks like a scrunchie, right? And then when and if you feel you might need, just to be a little extra safe, use it. I actually saw a TikTok. It was very interesting. A girl went on a first date. She met a guy the first time, and they went for drinks. And they got their drinks. She immediately brought one of these out. And she put it on her drink. You know, the whole thing. And the guy, right away, he was like, I saw a couple TikToks. This guy in particular, he was like, what's that? Right? Now, here's the interesting thing. For all of you girlies out there, or guys, who are in the dating world, going on first dates and stuff, here's an interesting way to test for a red flag. She put it on her drink, right? And he's like, oh, what is that? And this guy in particular, she told him what it was. And she followed it up with, you know, I hope you don't mind. It just makes me feel a little more comfortable. And his response was awesome. Number one, he was genuinely interested in what it was because he had never seen it before. And he was like, oh, that's really cool. And he immediately was like, no, of course, whatever makes you comfortable, absolutely, go ahead. I'm not offended at all. You know, like, you got to do whatever to make yourself feel safe and comfortable. Absolutely. He was so supportive. And he was genuinely interested. He's like, so like, what's it made of? Like, where do you buy these things? Like, is this a problem? Like, because like he was completely, you know, oblivious, right? And they had a really good conversation about it. Then I saw another TikTok where a girl did the same thing on a first date. She put this on. And right away the guy's like, what the F is that? And she told him. And this was a first date. A first date. He went ballistic. He was like, are you kidding me? That's stupid. Take that off your drink. What do you think's going to happen? You don't need that on your drink. Don't you trust me? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know you. Like, this is our first date. No, I don't trust you. I don't know you at all. I know your name. That's it. Like, and to me, and the girl, she was just like, red flag. Like, she ended the date, like, immediately. And I'm like, smart. Because if you're on a first date and a guy gets offended, whether it's this or whatever it is, if you're trying to make yourself feel safer and more comfortable in that environment, if the guy has got a problem with that, with you doing something to make yourself feel safe and more comfortable, run. Run for the hills. Or a girl or whoever. Run for the hills. Right? That guy, I keep going back to that video where the guy was so supportive and genuinely like, oh, what is that? Oh, that's neat. And I think at one point he even said like, oh, I have a sister. Maybe I should get her that for like a present. Like he was really like, wow, yeah, that's a smart thing to do. So anyway, I thought that was really cool. I thought it was really cool enough that I bought it. I bought one. Will I ever use it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Unfortunately, there was a time in my life. I wasn't like a huge partier. Okay, I had a month where I partied. A month, right? But anyway, I wasn't a huge partier or bar star, or whatever you want to call it, whatever the kids are calling it these days. I wasn't a huge one, but there was a time, excuse me, when I first started dating my now husband, and he's a comedian. So after shows and stuff, we would go get some drinks, blah, 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 with the other comedians and be at a bar. There was one incident. Now, I don't have 100% proof that I was roofied. However, based on how that night went, there's a pretty darn good chance that I was. Now, thankfully, I was with my boyfriend at the time, now husband, so I was safe. He kept me safe. But I'm pretty sure I was roofied. I'm pretty sure I know who it was. And it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. So where was this? Like, 15 years ago. Anyway, I'm glad they exist now. I'm sad that they exist now. Glad and sad. It's a horrible thing that we have to do this kind of thing, but I'm glad that this kind of thing is out there just to help keep people a little bit safer when you're in situations where maybe you're by yourself, meeting someone for the first time, or, that kind of thing. So, I don't know, the nightcap. I mean, it obviously fits on a lot of different glasses. I haven't actually tested it at like a bar or a restaurant or anything like that. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm also kind of interested to see if I were to use it out in public. I'm curious to see if like the wait staff or bartenders or whatever would notice and say something, or, whether it be like, oh, I've seen those on TV or on TikTok or whatever. Oh, those are cool. Or what is that? Like I'd be interesting to see other people's reactions to it. So maybe we'll try it. I don't know. But I just thought it was, one little thing. And like, even if I don't ever use it to cover a drink, I got a scrunchie, right? It's fine. I think I definitely will take it with me when I go away next year, though, with the girlies, just because you never know. I mean, you are in a foreign country. It is an all-inclusive resort, but there's a lot of people around. And, things happen, so better safe than sorry. So that's it for today's Wellness Wednesday. Let me know. Have you seen these? Do you have one? Have you used it? Have you thought about getting one? Tell me your thoughts, because we got to keep each other safe, and things like this can definitely help. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.